So it's been a pretty exciting time for the last few weeks as we've been getting a lot of Nintendo Directs. We of course had like that giant Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, which told us pretty much everything we needed to know about the system. And then even before that, just a few days before, we had that normal Nintendo Direct where they showed off like Tomodachi Life and some other games coming to the Switch 1. And now we still have yet another Nintendo Direct happening in just a few days, but it is going to be a game-specific Direct for the brand new Mario Kart game, Mario Kart World. So this Direct was announced inside of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. We got a trailer for Mario Kart World and they talked a little bit about it for like 2 or 3 minutes, but then after that they announced that there was going to be another specific Direct for it that was going to showcase more information, which makes sense because everybody was watching that of course to learn about the Nintendo Switch 2 and not really Mario Kart, so this is going to be for anybody who is a Mario Kart fan to learn all the information there is to know about Mario Kart World. Now within that Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and even a little bit after it ended, I think at that moment everybody was super excited for this Mario Kart World Direct, but it was only shortly after the Switch 2 Direct ended that we learned a pretty big piece of information about this game, that it's going to cost $80 if you want to actually buy it. So Mario Kart World is going to be what Nintendo considers like one of their premium titles, where it is going to be an $80 game, and that is going to be for both physical and digital, and in some European countries it's even going to be more expensive where you have to pay like 90 euros if you want the game physically. And so because of that, now it kind of really changed everyone's perception of Mario Kart World, as now the expectations for this Nintendo Direct have gotten extremely high because people really want to see like what's the reason that they're charging more money for this Mario Kart game, and they're hoping to see something that Nintendo is hopefully hiding inside of this Direct. And so I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of my predictions and the topics that I feel like that they might cover inside of this Mario Kart World Direct. And really the first thing is that new feature that they really kind of hyped up inside of the Switch 2 Direct, and that is the whole free roaming feature. So inside of this game, they really kind of hyped up how Mario Kart World is like an entire interconnected world where all the tracks are basically connected together and you can drive from one track to another, and there's going to be like this free roam open world kind of mode where you're going to be able to just drive around and go wherever you want, but it doesn't really look super amazing like from the footage that we've seen for it. Like you're kind of just driving around like looking at the scenery and stuff, and you can do it with friends and take some pictures and stuff. And I think it was Bill Trinan who even pointed out in like somebody who wrote like a preview article talking about the free roam feature, and he was like saying like, I know that you were talking about how it looks a little bit underwhelming, and we've got this Mario Kart World Direct coming up and we're going to be sharing more information, so definitely stay tuned for more details. So he was kind of teasing a little bit like there's still more to show, and we have kind of seen some suspicious things in terms of like the footage. Like there's actually like these P switches that we see like in the open world. We don't know what these are supposed to do if you like drive over them and stuff, so it definitely feels like they're hiding a little bit more about this open world aspect, and that's what I'm really excited to see more of, and maybe they can actually make this look much more exciting. Now something that pretty much every Mario Kart game has is the battle mode, and we haven't seen anything about it inside of this game. And I mean, considering how the game is so close, like it's only about like a month and a half away from release, that I feel like it makes sense to kind of just talk about everything there is to know about this game in terms of like the big exciting things about it. Like maybe they could have like one final launch trailer before the game comes out, but I feel like this Direct is really kind of the one to kind of sell people on the game. So really kind of show the battle mode, what it's going to be like, if there's any new mini games that they added to it, how it's going to work, and how it's going to be like with 24 players and everything. So I'm interested to learn more about that. We also have like no information about the online features inside of this game. Like obviously you're going to be able to race with your friends online, and you're going to be able to do like the open world thing and take pictures, and you're going to be able to do battle mode and all of that. But are there going to be like any other community events that are going to be online, or tournaments or other online modes that are going to be new to this game? That's something that I really want to learn more about. Maybe they're going to have like a competitive ranking racing mode or something like that. That could be really cool, like to see kind of like how high you can get and who could be like the best Mario Kart player, and you could have different like ranks like gold, silver, bronze, all that type of stuff. But who really knows exactly how it could work? But I am interested to see more about like the online, and also kind of how exactly like everything is going to work with game chat. Like are you going to be able to like just easily invite people now into like your lobbies and stuff? Like is there going to be like a very seamless inviting system now on the Nintendo Switch 2? I would really love that, because right now every game kind of does like its own thing, and I would love for there to be like one seamless way to kind of invite all your friends to play a game together. I think that would be really nice. But of course, the most important part about this Mario Kart World Direct is what is like that one more thing and the big secret that they're hiding from us, because they keep telling us to tune into this Mario Kart World Direct to learn more about the game and that we're going to share more information down the line and everything. So it really kind of seems like Nintendo is hiding like one big surprise from us in terms of like what this game is going to have. And like once we see this, we're really going to be like, oh, now everything makes sense. Like this is like that big crazy thing that they didn't want to show us right away. And I feel like this is definitely the direct where they kind of have to show that, because if they just go this entire direct just giving us some very basic information about just how the modes are going to work and how Grand Prix is going to be like and the characters and stuff like that, it's going to be really underwhelming, especially after how much they've hyped this up. Now, what exactly could this be? I really have no idea. One thing that I would love to see is some more single player content. Mario Kart DS had something really amazing with like these missions where you had a whole bunch of these missions that you could do, and they all had different tasks where you had to like go through like certain hoops or something, and you had to go through and collect certain items. You even had like these boss fights where you had to push like a certain enemy into like the water, or like race against an enemy or something. It was a lot of fun actually, and so I would love to see there be some type of mission mode or other single player content like that. The best case scenario would be if there's like a big deep kind of like adventure or story mode that's kind of baked into this, and obviously it doesn't have to be like anything super crazy because it is still a Mario Kart game. But if you kind of have like a game where like you're like a character and you're kind of like talking to others and you kind of go around the world and do like these different races and stuff, and there's actually like an adventure mode compared to just having the Grand Prix where you just do like a set of 4 races, that would be extremely exciting, and I think that would get a lot of people very excited. But maybe they could do some other stuff as well. I feel like there's got to be something else that they're really kind of hiding from us. Some of the people in like the Japanese Mario Kart fandom are actually kind of speculating that there might even be an entire like continent or world that they're still hiding from us, because it kind of looks like that the map that we have so far for Mario Kart World is only kind of the bottom portion of the logo for the game, and like this entire top portion is still kind of missing. So could you imagine if they had like another entire map or continent that they show with like another 20 or 30 tracks, and then if this was all available day one, then I could totally understand why they're charging a little bit more for the game, because now you're basically getting like around 50 tracks day one, which is more than any other Mario Kart game had day one, and so that would honestly make a lot more sense. But even if they kind of just tease this and say it's going to be free DLC, where like every few months or so they're going to have free updates that are going to be adding new tracks and new locations into the map and the world, then I feel like that would also make sense, because you're kind of paying for the game and the DLC all at once. But I feel like this is kind of a little bit unlikely, and it is kind of wishful thinking, as much as I would love to see it. But speaking of DLC, it is going to be interesting to see if Nintendo decides to announce anything regarding DLC for Mario Kart World inside of this direct, because they have announced DLC for games before they come out in the past. And I mean, considering how this game already costs $80, if they announce like a paid DLC for like a booster course pass or like an extra world or something for $20, it's kind of going to feel like adding salt to the wound now, because you're definitely going to have people like screaming about how this is a $100 Mario Kart now and all of that. So do you really kind of want to do that right before the game comes out? I feel like maybe they might want to wait this time, and then maybe they'll just kind of announce DLC a little bit later down the line inside of a future direct or something. So who really knows what they'll do there. Now, I tweeted about this on my Twitter as well, so I said here, the Mario Kart World Direct is just a few days away. What are your predictions / wishes for what you think that they could show? Any announcement that could justify its steep $80 price for you? Reply to this tweet with your thoughts and you could be featured in my next video. So we've got Daniel here saying, the one aspect that I need to see personally is battle mode. I've always loved battle mode, and for me, 7 and 8s weren't what I was hoping for, but 8 Deluxes was a big improvement. But I want a battle mode that's absolutely amazing, and I think taking notes from 64 and DS could be great there. Yeah, I mean, those games definitely had some amazing battle modes. I could definitely see that. Wild prediction that it would be wild if they pull a curveball and say that for every single character from previous Mario Kart games returns except for crossover characters. That would be insane, because then that would mean that Rob would come back, and that is like my favorite character in Mario Kart from Mario Kart DS. I would love to see Rob return. Deox is saying here, one thing I feel confident is that I think we'll see the new battle mode. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense here. I mean, we've got some people here saying better to give a lot of content for $80. Having loads of tracks could help that. Yeah, I mean, like usually in a Mario Kart game, we have about 32 tracks that come day one, if we count like the 8 different cups and then have like 4 tracks inside of them. So 8 times 4, 32. But if this game has more than that, like if there's actually going to be like 40 to 50 tracks, then I could kind of see why they're charging a little bit more for it. So that would actually make some sense, but we don't really know for sure exactly how many tracks are going to be there. Bio here is saying, hope they show a decent amount of stuff to do in free roam. That's the biggest selling point for me, and it would be a shame if there wasn't much to do other than unlocking costumes. Hard to really kind of justify that price, but having substantial content would help. Yeah, I mean, they kind of are teasing a little bit like there's still more to do in free roam, so if that actually ends up being something super exciting, then I could see that kind of being like the reason why they're charging a little bit more for the game. I'm thinking maybe a story mode. Yeah, story mode or some type of like big single player mode would be kind of crazy. I really hope that there's a story mode or battle areas on the map. If their first set of DLC is free, then that would make the $80 pricing sting less. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if they definitely kind of make the DLC kind of portion of it be free and just tell us like there's going to be free updates and stuff coming to it, then I feel like that would make more sense. Mega saying it would be cool if they showed some new items. Maybe they could show off some more tracks and characters. Yeah, new power-ups. I mean, like we already kind of see in the demo, there's like a Chemic power-up and the Hammer Bros power-up and stuff, but maybe there could be more. More islands beyond the initial world map. Just imagine, that would be crazy if there was like even more to explore after, and like you could go to other like different continents and worlds and stuff, or maybe that's going to be DLC, who really knows. I'd like to see a single player adventure mode, but honestly I just want to see more karts and racers. That's very fair too. We need King K. Rool. King K. Rool inside of a Mario Kart game would actually be awesome. I would love that. Free DLC is the only way to justify this. Yeah, I mean, if they did kind of tell us it was kind of going to be like Splatoon, where like, you know how in Splatoon you get like free weapons and kind of things that are getting added over time. If they kind of do that where they add free tracks and new karts and things over time, then I could kind of understand it being a little bit more expensive. But yeah, I mean, besides that, we've got some other characters that people seem to want here. Yeah, but besides that, I mean, yeah, I think overall a lot of people are hoping to see maybe just some more content that really kind of justifies the price. Battle mode is a big one. A lot of people want to see single player content too, with like the free roam and the story mode. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, remember, if you ever want to be featured in videos like this, just go ahead and follow me on Twitter at @ActualAero. But yeah, those are pretty much all of the topics and predictions that I have for this upcoming Mario Kart World Direct. I am of course going to be streaming it live over on my Twitch, so definitely go ahead and give me a follow on twitch.tv/actualaero. I'll have it linked below in the description and in the pinned comment. You guys can definitely come through. It should be pretty fun to watch this and kind of see all the information that they have to share. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely be sure to click that like button and also subscribe to the channel as well. I'm definitely gonna have some more videos talking about Nintendo and all of that, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Comment down below and let me know what you think about all of this. What are your predictions for this Mario Kart World Direct? Is there anything that you would really love to see? What are you hoping to see? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. But if you don't have anything to say about it, just comment your favorite emoji down below for some engagement. I would really appreciate it. Go follow me on Twitter at @ActualAero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.